Alright, time to finally make a video on this. I'm just gonna do it live. I wrote down a couple notes. I'm gonna try to condense it into maybe a 5-minute game, if not less, if I can try. But basically, it's gonna be telling you why Rainmaker, Tower Control, and Clan Blitz just flat out aren't competitive modes. You know, if I wanted to play competitive Uno or Go Fish, I would, but I'm talking about fair, equal games, and for 75% of the ranked modes in Splatoon 2, it's just not the case. And I'm going to show you why, and it's basically called losing special advantage. So I'm going to tell my buddy here to pick up the Rainmaker. And you'll see exactly why losing special advantage is such a big deal. So right now, Astral picked up the Rainmaker and he pushed it fair and square. He you know, got a lead with no given advantage, but if you look closely at the top right, I'm actually gaining special, and you may ask, why? Like, he's not painting, this doesn't make any sense. And I agree, it doesn't make any sense. But it's actually, once again, losing special advantage. I'm gaining meter pretty damn quickly for absolutely no reason, just because I'm losing the game. So I just wanted to go into a quick Clan Blitz map and show exactly why that special advantage is such a big deal. Basically, map control is a huge element in the game, and it's going to help your team and limit the other team, and vice versa. Special advantage is going to be a factor, and then map design is going to be a factor. And I call high, low, high, low, high. Spawn is going to be high ground. In between spawn and middle is going to be low ground. Middle is going to be high ground. Again, obviously symmetrical maps. So when you account for this, games are going to be extremely snowbally. And typically in Tower Control, Rainmaker, and Clan Blitz, you need multiple people down to get a successful push. And obviously, if the game's snowballing heavily in one team's favor, and they're getting much, you know, a lot more specials like Inkjet and Stingray, and they're able to get 2 to 3 down on the enemy team, it's going to be pretty easy to get a push, or at least much easier than it should be normally. So another thing I wanted to talk about is how leads can actually be disadvantageous for your team. So let's say if I were to get a very quick push with my team, maybe nearly KO, let's say we're about the 20-point mark in Rainmaker and Anchovy, right? I'd actually be putting my team in a position where they're more likely to lose the game by getting a good push, which results in sandbagging, makes the skill gap much closer. You know, you could compare it to any sport or esport, like let's say basketball, for example, right? If a team was losing and then they get to have a 6th player on the court and they get to play 6v5 until they're beginning to win, because, you know, let's just say for the example that there are no ties, because there are no ties in Splatoon, then obviously the games are just going to be very close, very unbalanced, and it's not going to be fun for anybody. Nobody's going to value that competitive element of the game. And when your top players are not valuing the competitive validity of a game, you're going to run into a lot of problems. One last thing I just had to mention, I almost forgot to put in the video, is there are currently 4 ranked modes and Turf War. There have been 2 leaked ranked modes that might come into the game, and there's also potential for new maps, but even without the new maps, that's 161 map mode combinations. So mastery is, you know, you put 10,000 hours into something and hopefully you'll be a master at that point. But with 161 map mode combinations, too much to handle. It's gonna lower the quality of the games. Nobody's gonna have any cool strategies or any like great skills on any particular map or anything, so it's just gonna hurt the quality of the games. Alright, basically I'm gonna conclude the video by showing you, in my opinion, in the opinion of just about every top player in not only the West but also Japan, you know, the largest community, Japan, where they play just about exclusively zones outside of Koshien, which is a Nintendo hosted event where they play Turf War. Splat Zones is basically the only competitive mode in this game. And I'll show you why and how special advantage works. So I'm going to tell my buddy once again to tap the zone. And even though I have the lead, I'm actually gaining special at a pretty fast pace once again. And this is how special advantage works in zones. Whoever doesn't have control of the zone is getting that special, so they can fight back in from their spawn, from that disadvantage, fairly, equally. Doesn't matter who has lead, who's winning, who's losing. In my opinion, it's the answer, and I think tournament organizers should definitely look at zones as the only competitive answer. If not, if you're a player, I hope this has at least brought something to your attention that maybe otherwise you didn't know about. And maybe as a community we can actually change something and make the game much better.